Welcome to World Chronicles. Today, we delve into one of the most transformative events in modern history, the Russian Revolution. This revolution, which occurred in the early 20th century, changed the course of Russia. Beginning of the 20th century, Russia was under the rule of Tsar Nicholas II. The country was plagued by social and economic inequality, with the majority of the population suffering from poverty and oppression while the elite lived in opulence. During this tumultuous period, revolutionary movements began to gain momentum. The Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, and the Mensheviks were prominent groups that sought to overthrow the autocratic rule and bring about change for the working class. In 1905, a peaceful workers' protest in St. Petersburg known as Bloody Sunday turned tragic when the Imperial Guard opened fire on the crowd, sparking widespread outrage. This event became a significant catalyst for further revolutionary activities. In response to mounting pressure, Tsar Nicholas II issued the October Manifesto, granting civil liberties and creating a legislative assembly known as the Duma. However, the Tsar's promises were short-lived, and the Duma's power remained limited. The outbreak of World War I added to the discontent among the Russian population. The war brought economic hardship, food shortages, and heavy casualties on the Eastern Front, leading to widespread unrest. In February 1917, mass protests erupted in Petrograd, St. Petersburg, due to food scarcity and war weariness. The soldiers eventually joined the protests, and the Tsar was forced to abdicate, marking the end of the Romanov dynasty. Following the abdication, a provisional government was established, aiming to steer Russia towards democracy and reform. However, the government's inability to address key issues left the people disillusioned. Amidst the political chaos, the Bolsheviks, led by Lenin, gained popularity. They promised peace, land, and bread, striking a chord with the war-weary, hungry, and disillusioned masses. In October 1917, the Bolsheviks seized power in a swift and decisive coup, overthrowing the provisional government. This event marked the beginning of communist rule in Russia. The Bolsheviks' rise to power ignited a brutal civil war between the Red Army, Bolsheviks, and the White Army, anti-communist forces. The war ravaged the country, causing immense suffering and loss of life. During the Civil War, the Bolsheviks unleashed the Red Terror, a campaign of violence and repression against their opponents and perceived enemies. Thousands of people were executed or sent to labor camps. In the 1920s, Lenin introduced the new economic policy, allowing limited capitalism to revive the economy. While controversial, this policy stabilized the country and allowed it to recover from the war. In 1924, Vladimir Lenin passed away, leaving a power vacuum within the party. Joseph Stalin emerged as the leader, and his tyrannical rule transformed the Soviet Union. Stalin's policies of collectivization and rapid industrialization aimed to modernize the country. However, they caused widespread famine and suffering, with millions of people dying due to forced labor and agricultural failures. During the late 1930s, Stalin launched the Great Purge, eliminating perceived threats and dissent within the party and society. Countless individuals were imprisoned or executed, creating an atmosphere of fear and distrust. During World War II, the Soviet Union played a crucial role in defeating Nazi Germany, facing immense sacrifice and loss but emerging as one of the victorious nations. After World War II, tensions between the Soviet Union and the Western powers escalated into the Cold War. The world was divided into two ideological blocs, with the USSR representing the communist sphere. In 1991, the Soviet Union finally collapsed, marking the end of the communist regime. The Russian Revolution's echoes resonated through the 20th century, leaving a lasting impact on the course of history. The Russian Revolution was an epochal event that forever changed the world. It brought about radical shifts in politics, society, and international relations, leaving a legacy that continues to shape our global landscape today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the turbulent and transformative history of the Russian Revolution on World Chronicles. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for more historical explorations.